Page 25, Ukrainian Bell Carol. I look it over, I see it's 3 pages long. The clef signs are treble and bass clef, at least to start. The time signature now is 3/4 times, so there's only 3 counts in a measure. The hands are playing together, so I'm going to take it one hand at a time first to make sure I know what the hands are doing, and then I'll try to put the hands together. The right hand, you're starting with here, D and an A, and that's all the right hand plays on the first line. The left hand does all the other stuff. So in measure 5, you're right here, 1 and 2. And you're doing that forever. Isn't that fun? Now when you get to measure 20, you're here. In measure 21, it's up here. Actually, you just reach up and get it, and then claps. We moved a hand. Ta-ta-ta. This is a little dangerous. I recommend crawling around when you can, so you can feel where you're going. So I just reach up to that. You might have to look to see how far to reach. Eventually you won't have to, but here. Now we're, same thing, but we're up here. In measure 25, we're here. Just reach up a little bit. 1 and 2 and... Right, again, measure 25. 1 and 2 and 3. And then third finger. Then scrunch up third. And reach down. So we keep moving around here. And that's fine. We'll do it. Now if you can, for measure 28, rather than using thumb on all of those, use second finger on the second 8th note. There. It's a good habit, especially when it's fast, to use different fingers on these repeated notes. So on the 8th notes, I'm just going to go 1, 2. Here. Okay, and then measure 29, you're here. 1 and 2 and 3. You do that again. And then measure what, 33, 34, somewhere in there, you're here. Okay. At the bottom, measure 41, you just lift up and move. There's no rest or anything, lift up and move. If it's F and an A, you gotta hit them, move. You can't prepare for it really, you just gotta move. 2, 3, 1, 2. And then for the last measure, I recommend not a 1, 5. Just reach up and use 2, 5. You're gonna reach up to here, that's very common, and you just use 2. The whole chord is this. We're not using the A in the right hand, it's in the left hand. That's it. And that's what I recommend. 2, 5 there at the end, not 1, 5. 1, 5, it's more of a beginner fingering, but I prefer to just get you into the habit of some more advanced fingering now, and you already know them then. Now the left hand, it's here, F, same note, here, 2, 3, and then the third measure it's here, same notes, and then in the next line, nothing until measure 9. And now you're down here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That third finger on the flat. Now for measure 13, you just come up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now they say 1 and 2 together here. If you don't want to be up in here, you gotta do that. That's okay. You can do 2 and 3. Stay out here. Because then it's the, just bring the thumb under a little bit and you're there. I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then come down for measure 17. B flat. 1, 2, 3, and then again 5, 1, and then 2, 3, or 3, 2. So measure 21 and then measure 22. Thumb comes up. It's B natural now, and the measure 25. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you don't want to be up in here for the B flat, use second finger. Just reach up. I don't know how big your hands are, or how fat your fingers are, or whatever. Some people don't fit up in here. You got to do that. I'll leave that up to you. Now measure 29. Now you're up here. 1 again, and then measure 13. You're down here. Now we're down here, 4, 1 for the half note, so measure what, 35? Rest. And then come down here for the D and the A. And that's tied for 3 measures. And then you lift A. You got 1 measure then to come up here. And that's tied for 2 measures. Isn't this fun? Okay. And then you come down here. Now you can do this different ways in this last line. fingering. You can do thumb and then thumb again and then thumb again here. I can do a thumb here and then a little finger and then come down. I can do a thumb here and then second finger and then come down. I can do a thumb and then just reach down 2 and 5, similar to what the right hand's doing. Because again, the whole chord is that. We're not using the F, it's in the right hand. So I think I'm going to do measure 41 as a thumb, and then I'm going to do a thumb again here, and then reach down. I can get away with this more easily because the right hand is not moving here. If the right hand were moving, I might want to adjust it so I'm not moving both hands at the same time. But the right hand's not moving, so it doesn't matter. So once I have an idea what the hands are doing, then I'll attempt to put them together. And I'll hesitate, I don't care. I just want to know how the fingers are working together. So measure 9, we're here. See, each one of these D's is by itself. Measure 13, you have to come up here, so it's... See, the left hand's moving around, but the right hand's just playing its own little dee-doo-dee-dah thing all the way through. Then I'll measure, what, 20, you're still here. And then the right hand reaches up, the left hand's not moving. Then measure 25, and here. There. Measure 25, when I play the C, the left hand comes out. Right there. There. 1 and 2. Come out left hand. Connect it. Left hand goes down. Left hand's tied at the end. And then at the last line, both hands have to come up here. Both hands are moving. Tricky. Therefore, on measure 40, when the left hand isn't playing, I'm going to go ahead and get the left hand up. This way, when I go to measure 41, the left hand's already here. I can focus on getting the right hand up. So starting, say, on measure 39, it's here. 2. Then I reach up, 2, 5 on each. Here, I got it. And the fermata, you hang on that for a while or until you get tired of hearing it, and then you're done. Okay. Now once I have an idea what the hands are doing, then I go over it however many times slowly and I get rid of the hesitations. No hesitations anywhere. Once I can do that, I'll think about the articulation, which they don't give much. You get accents on measure 9 the half note, just play them a little louder. Just play them a little louder. On measure 29, we get the slurs and how it connect to. Lift up, and these, connect them all. And once I can do the articulation, then I'll think about the dynamics. F-P at the beginning, so the first time we play it, it's forte. I don't know that you need accents with forte. Just play them loud, both hands. See the repeat sign? You can play it again. Now it's soft. You can echo that time. No accents, just echo. And then a measure 5. Now you're very soft. Off in the distance. And then the measure 9. I disagree with this. I want this to be fairly soft yet. If you play soft, and soft supposedly applies to the melody, and that would be the left hand here, although it can sort of both. It's sort of a duet. But if I put accents on these, it's going to make it sort of soft, and I think that's too loud. So I'm just going to play these soft here in the left hand. The right hand's going to stay very soft. Very subdued, very soft. But then when I get to measure 13, now I come up to moderately soft. Again, I don't need the accents. I'm just going to do it moderately soft here. Measure 17, go up a little more, moderately loud. Measure 21, now I'm loud. Measure 25, we're here. Fortissimo, loud, very loud. Very loud. I don't know that I need accents on very loud either, so I question these accents here. On measure 29, you have a swell. Up and back down. See the hairpins? Moderately loud. And in the middle of it, these notes, that's your loud, that's your target. You're going up to there and then back down. Then soft. No swell, just soft. And then measure, 33, moderately loud again. And then a hairpin to come down. So in measure 35, we're still moderately loud here, and then come down. Softer. Now moderately soft. And at the end, the last line, this is very soft, both hands. Yeah, very soft at the end. You started off real softly, you build up to a big climax in the middle, and you went back down to nothing. Now, measure 37, this says MP, writ on repeat only. Well, MP is all the time. MP is just MP. It's the writ, R-I-T is retardando. That means gradually slow down, but only on the repeat. That is, on the second time you play it, you gradually slow down. The first time you play it, when you repeat, you don't slow down. You keep it going. It's got to keep going. So that last line is actually going to be slower than you've been going because you've slowed down. And you stay at that slow tempo all the way through the last line. Now the repeat there takes you back to the reverse repeat sign at measure 9. So you're going to go back over there and do the whole mess again and then do it back. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Generally, this is felt in 1. You just feel it that way. 1, 2. Exaggerate them if you need to. So you can feel the natural accents all the way through. Speed-wise, it needs to be accurate, so it's got to be your speed. It's bright tempo. I don't know. It don't feel very bright, but generally this is a quick piece, so find the most difficult part in it. I'm guessing probably around measure 25. Somewhere in there. How fast can you play that accurately? And that's your bright tempo for now. Later on, come back next Christmas or whatever, and it'll be a little faster, I'm sure. You don't have to take it super fast just because somebody else did. You take it at your speed. Now they've added pedal on this. You don't need pedal on it. You do it just fine without, but they've added it, okay. I'm not going to show it because there's nothing to it. You push it down at the beginning with the first note, push it, pedal down with it, and you leave it down until measure 29 as you play those notes, lift the pedal up. Okay. Then at the end, measure page 27, the last two measures, again, push the pedal down. Here you can push the pedal down right after the note. So the note and then the pedal, so it's a note pedal. And then hold the pedal down for as long as the notes sound and then lift everything at the same time. The fermata, you hold that out, as I said, as long as you think to, as long as you, and as I said earlier, the fermata at the end, you'd hold that out as long as it feels right. Since you're very soft, you could actually die away. Just hold it out and let it die away if it's very soft. If I do it with a metronome, I would just double it and I'd hold the dotted half note 6 counts instead of 3. Now we have a page turn we have to deal with. What do we do about that? Now I've seen people in our piano club performing for the club, reading music, and when they would get to a page turn, they would stop, turn the page, and then keep going. Please don't do that. That's really bad. Bad. The beat needs to be a steady beat through the whole piece. You don't mess up the beat just because you got to turn the page. You got to figure out a way to get the page turned without messing up the beat. We have options. The first option, the best option, is always just memorize it. You don't have to worry about it. or memorize page 25 at least, because you got to turn back. There's a repeat sign on page 27 where you got to go back to page 25, so you're going back and forth on this page turn. So if you could at least memorize page 25, then that wouldn't be quite so bad. Or if there's somebody there, they'll turn the page for you, and that helps. Okay. Now if there isn't anybody around, you got to do it yourself, then we got a problem. When do you do it? Well, if one hand isn't too busy, then while the other hand is playing, then the other hand, the hand that's not busy, can turn the page right quick. Whichever. If both hands are busy, then we have a bigger problem, because then we got to leave out notes. We don't want to leave out notes. That's always last resort. You don't want to leave out melody notes. Unfortunately, in this piece, we need both hands. We really do. Now, if you could memorize, say, the bottom line on page 25, those 4 measures, all you're doing is this. That's it for the right hand. The left hand just going down. If you could just memorize those 4 measures, you got it. Because that way, on measure 7 and 8, when you're doing this, go ahead and turn the page. The left hand isn't doing anything. And you can play the last line for memory. And then when you have to come back here to do it again, well, you got that line memorized. You don't need to turn back. You just leave it where it is. It's fine. That's what I would recommend doing. Simply memorize those 4 measures at the bottom of page 25. The right hand's easy. It's the same thing on every measure. It's the left hand. You just got to do these notes. Here is half note, quarter rest. If you can do that, you got it made. Yeah. Now don't copy me, please. You don't have to take it at that speed. You can play around with the dynamics. I keep experimenting with the dynamics. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Now, I can't do the page turn, so we're going to do page 25, and then I'm going to stop and turn the page, and I'm going to give us another 3 counts. I'm going to count in again, and we're going to do the rest of it. I'm not going to do the repeat on page 27, because I don't want to do the page turn again. So there, I'm just going to play it all the way through. I can't slow down because the metronome won't slow down. We're just playing this just to check notes and rhythms. I'm not doing louds and softs, just notes and rhythms. And I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear it better without the pedal. So I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop and turn the page. 1, ready, go. On to the next line. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3,